too bad anybody has to use credit, but that's the way the system is, and I don't know that it's going to change.
Well, if all these people have bad credit ratings, a lot of the stimulus is geared towards those with bad credit ratings. You know, people who have problems. So, is there a credit rating below subprime?
Yes, there is. It's called bankruptcy.
So nothing that they're doing, whatever they're throwing at it, is just not going to work because they're not gearing it to the right people.
Well, I really don't think, first of all, any gearing at all will go to all asset classes, all the way from 650 FOIC and upward. And the better the credit rating, the more they'll want to rewrite a loan or write a new one, for a new home. There's a lot of people who still can't get loans, and I think that's good. You should work toward having a better loan. It's not something that should not be important or should not be given to you, if you understand what I mean. I mean, when I was younger, you strived toward having a good credit rating. I mean, that began when I was, probably in my early 20s. And I was never much for the credit card, but I always wanted to pay cash. But I eventually got one, and I made sure that my credit was always good because I wanted to buy a house. And I did buy a house. I paid the princely sum of $35,000. And then the next one I bought, I paid about $100,000. And the next one I bought, I paid $200,000. And I guess I only bought 3 houses. And each time, you had to put 20% down, and you had to have a good credit rating and an income to fit that. And that wasn't the case for a long time, and that was the insiders, the elitists. They wanted the economy to do better, so they weren't ready for their depression yet, so they allowed, or actually pushed, lenders to give anybody a loan who could make a mark on the bottom line. And so that's what we were faced with, and that's why we had the monstrous situation we had. I have a question from George. Says, this morning I heard Bill Gross on CNBC say that the purchase of treasuries by the Federal Reserve will make the dollar stronger. Is this true? I am still scratching my head since we have to print up more worthless pieces of paper to buy other worthless pieces of paper. How on earth does that make a currency stronger? And, of course, George, it doesn't. It just simply doesn't. And Gross gets up there and lies all the time. He's a theatrical person for the government. And they own scads of government paper.
He was the
so
first,
you have to take
he was
everything
the first
he
one
says with
crying
a grain
for
of salt.
bailouts. I'm sorry, Bob.
It's okay, go ahead.
Yeah, he was the first guy crying for bailouts.
Well, they all are. And the reason why banking, Wall Street, corporate America is they don't care one bit about the economy, about where we're heading, that we're in a depression. they think their right to continue to earn money is sacrosanct. They don't care how it's done. If another $5 trillion or $10 trillion in debt is accumulated or created, and their grandchildren will have to pay it out, they don't care. They just don't care. And that's why so many people in society continue to act the way that they do. In a cavalier manner, so I got, $70,000 in credit card debt. What do I care? What are they going to do to me? I got an old car, and I don't own a house, and I don't have anything in the bank. So tell me, what are they going to do? Well, if you go back to work within the system, I'm sure they'll attach your pay, but other than that, no. Don't you agree, Melody?
Yes, I do. But you know what, Bob? Even people who are responsible, they keep seeing they're struggling to make ends meet. They're struggling, and it's just like, well, gee, you know what? I could walk away from this and start all over, just like everybody else is doing.
The American people are plain getting screwed.
Yes, they are.
And corporate America is just reaping it in. Not only are they getting saved, but they're making, money in the process. It's not only here. I wrote a piece on England this morning, and they bailed the Royal Bank of Scotland, whose major shareholder is Queen of England, bailed about $35 billion, and the offices want $1.5 billion in bonuses for being failures. I mean, this is what this comes down to. If you're a failure, you still get paid top dollar. I put in my article for Wednesday, I said they all should be fired. But then again, I don't make those decisions. I'll tell you one thing, they wouldn't want me to be Chancellor of the Exchequer, I'll tell you that. Got another one here. This is from Ronald, and his name is not McDonald. You thought that was
I
funny,
wasn't going to say anything, Bob.
But anyway,
no offense.
I love listening to the Diva's insights and the advice that you both provide every week over the radio waves and on countless programs. Anyway, I was wondering on Melody's program if you could address where you see the price of silver heading throughout the year, especially if gold gets $1,500 to $2,000. Well, I would think that $50 would be pretty doable, and maybe more. All depends on how rigged the market is. Or will the market be taken away? I get an article I just read by a fund manager who thinks that COMEX is going to come unglued and shut down. And could be. And you don't like to see that, but it's being used by the United States government to rig the market. I mean, what the heck is the sense in having a make-believe market to suit the purposes of our government? Last time they did that was in Berlin in 1936. So, I don't care what they do. The long term is up. And that's what it is. It's up. And they also said that they appreciated the program and that hopefully God will protect us from ourselves. No, I'm only kidding. So there you have it. Those are my two questions for the day. Where are the 30,000 that went into the dumpster?
I couldn't believe it.
Thank God you're not married to me.
Actually, it was over 30,000. I started deleting like 5 at a time, and I thought, well, this is going to take me 4 months. Anyway, that was fun. I had a call in this morning from somebody. I didn't have a chance to talk to him. The gals took the message. But he wanted to ask you, what is the official gold price right now? Is his question.